Well, the F-150 Lightning is going to the dealer once again for a problem. This time, not a recall, but an actual issue I'm having with the truck. So let's see what the service vehicle soon light is all about. All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Tech Motoring. So tomorrow morning, we'll be bringing in our 2025 Ford F-150 Lightning flash trim in for a service appointment. Actually, we just got it back literally just a few days ago because we actually brought it in for the recall on the front end ball joint nuts being potentially loose depending on the truck. So I brought it in for that, got it back, and literally the same day, I got a service vehicle soon light on the dashboard, which I'm going to jump in the truck and show you that and basically show you what I believe the issue is with the truck. And I also get a warning in the Ford Pass app that says Powertrain Limited, or what does it say? Let me get the actual wording here. All right, so here in the Ford Pass app, it says Powertrain Malfunction, Reduced Power. Now, I haven't seen an issue with it being reduced power. However, I do keep getting this light that pops up every once in a while. So it'll go on for maybe a couple power cycles, and then it shuts off for maybe a couple power cycles, comes back again. And now this light actually initially turned on about a month ago, just randomly out of nowhere, and then it went away, and then it was a good solid month before it came back on again, once again, just after that service appointment. And now it's been on and off for the last few days, almost a week now. So let's jump into the truck. Let me show you exactly what's going on and what I believe the issue is. And then we'll get to the dealer tomorrow morning. All right, so once again, our 2025 F-150 Lightning flash trim here. So let's jump into the truck. We got everything up here on the screen, as you could see already. And you can see it says service vehicle soon right there. So we got the little wrench icon up there on the dash and service vehicle soon. So we definitely need to bring it in for it. Now, the issue is, what is causing this issue? Well, I believe it is this shifter. Or a little bit of research online, you come across a bunch of forums and they say, this is what causes the issue. Now, this is that fancy folding shifter. So it folds flat down into this crevice here. And then if you have one of those consoles in your F-150 that folds open and kind of folds flat, it gives you that big surface here. I do not have that in this truck. But that's the whole purpose, is that you hit this button, this folds flat. Well, if I hit this button, you might hear it go click, click inside of here. But obviously nothing happens. Once again. And that's all it does. So it does not work for some reason. So even if I turn the truck completely off, just to show everybody, and we hit this button, nothing. Just click, click. That's all it does. It won't fold flat. I have used this feature once, just because when I first bought the truck, I was basically just wanted to see what this button does. And it folded flat, and that was it. That was literally the only time I had ever used it. As you can see, we only have about 2,900 miles on the truck. So really, the truck is brand new still. We've only had it for about 3 months now, just about 3 months, a little less. And so we really need to get this situated because it's annoying having that stupid light pop up every once in a while. Anyway, that's enough for today. Join me tomorrow morning as we get to the dealership and we get this resolved. Hopefully, well, I say same day, but I doubt it will be considering my previous service appointments with this dealer. But let's see. Let's get it to the dealer.
All right, good morning, everybody. Off to the dealership we go. Got an appointment, 7:30, and it is just about 7 o'clock, so we're going to get down there a little bit early, but that's perfectly fine. Let's see if the service light is still on. Hopefully it is. Yep, there we go. Service vehicle soon. Perfect. So let's get down there and see what they have to say about this, but pretty sure it still has to do with this. Yep, it's broke. Let's get on the road. Well, this is some deja vu. Just here less than a week ago, I think. So here we are again. And, yep, still working on the Volvo dealership there. All right, hopefully we could get in, drop off the truck, get out pretty quickly. We'll see. Oh, service is closed. All right, well, I guess we'll be waiting for a few minutes.
All right, everybody. Well, you join me back. It's the end of the day now. We dropped the truck off this morning at the local dealership. As you can see, the driveway is currently empty of any Ford Lightnings. So we are just basically waiting for them to get back to us. They said it's going to be a couple days for them to diagnose and see what's going on. So hopefully I'll hear something maybe tomorrow. The whole under promise over deliver thing. Maybe they'll look at it tomorrow and see what it's like, and maybe we'll have at least an answer for me as to what's causing the issue. However, I'm pretty sure it's the shifter thingy, which is such a terrible design. Hopefully they've improved whatever part keeps going wrong on these things. But either way, we'll see what happens, and I will keep you up to date as soon as I hear something from them. All right, everybody. Well, it's been 2 weeks since we dropped off the truck. So I reached out last week and called up on Thursday and said, hey, what's the status? I left a voicemail with my service agent there. Didn't get anything back. Called again on Saturday, tried to get a hold of somebody, even though they don't really have a full department on Saturday, and didn't hear anything back then. But today, Monday, literally 2 weeks after we had dropped off the car, I had gotten a call today from my service advisor, and he basically said that they had to order a part for the shifter there. He called it a shifter module, I believe is what he referred to it as. We'll see the paperwork tomorrow once I pick it up. And he said that they had to order it. It was back ordered. That took the time, and then it came in, and they got it done today. They called me and said it's ready for pickup. So I'm picking it up tomorrow, Tuesday, so just over 2 weeks. Honestly, the communication with this particular dealer has been pretty terrible over the years. Like, if you're ordering a part and the part is back ordered, call the person and let them know, hey, we're not going to get your car done soon. It's going to be a week, week and a half, 2 weeks in this case. That would be the way to handle the situation. Once again, just radio silence for 2 weeks, and then finally it's, oh yeah, your car's ready. It just really needs to be worked on. And so I want to hear what your thoughts are on this as well. Does your dealer kind of ghost you like this, where they're like, drop off your car and we'll call you when we feel like it? Or do you guys get like updates as they progress on the car? Do they call you to let you know, hey, we had ordered this and this and this part, and they're going to be in this date, and this is when we're going to, fix it? Or do they just call you when it's done? I'm curious to hear what you think or what your experience is. So put that in the comments, how your experience has been with your Ford dealership, or really any dealership for that matter. And you guys will join us tomorrow when we go to pick up the truck and see if this fixes the service vehicle soon light and, of course, the shifter folding mechanism there. See you in the morning. All right, everybody. Well, good morning. Well, we are heading out to the dealership here in a little bit. Looks like we got some rain this morning. Must have downpoured for a little bit because everything is soaked and it's very humid out today. So we're going to go pick up the F-150 Lightning here in just a few minutes. We'll test out that shifter, take a look at the paperwork. I'm going to work right afterwards anyway, so there's not much I can do right now, but we'll take a look at that later tonight. In the meantime, let's get down to the dealership. Alrighty, well, we just left the Ford dealership. It was so busy over in the parking lot, I had to get out of there. But, yep, so basically they said that the shifter issue was also causing the service vehicle soon. And as you can see, it still doesn't look amazingly smooth, but it does seem to be better than the 1 or 2 times I actually used it in the past. But anyway, I gotta get to work, and then we'll talk about everything when we get home. All right, well, taking a quick look at the paperwork we got back. So it says, customer states electronic shifter will not fold down when button is pressed. Let's see, various gear shift module concerns. Basically they just kind of go through the part numbers here. Confirmed, scanned, found P0929, performed TSB 25-2276. No pin fit issues or corrosion found, replaced gear shift module. And then it says customer states powertrain malfunction, warning, reduced power message, wrench light on, seems to drive fine. And then they basically said that was, basically caused by the gear shift module. Anyway, perform multi-point inspection, yada, 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 $0. As you can see, everything was covered under its warranty.
And we are back home with the F-150 Lightning, and they actually cleaned it up for me as well. You can see they kind of got it all clean, put some tire shine on it, made it look a little bit cleaner, which is nice, but arguably some people wouldn't like that because it could introduce scratches into the paint. If you're very specific about your paint job, you don't want anybody else touching it, but hey, you know what, at least they did something nice. So, but the truck looks pretty clean. All right, well, we are back with the truck. So once again, 2 weeks without the truck. Could have been better had they just let me know that there was a back order on parts. It would have been nice to know. But as we can see, it was a pretty simple fix. They just had to replace that gear shift module, whatever it is. Obviously, there's some sort of module underneath the gear shifter that maybe presents this issue. I know it's pretty common if you go on the forums and look this up. So it is what it is. But yeah, that was pretty much it. So took it in under warranty. They replaced the folding mechanism, and there we go. So hope this video helped you out. If it did, make sure you give it the thumbs up below. Make sure you like and share this video as well, and check out all our other F-150 Lightning videos on our channel here on YouTube. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and we'll see you on the next one. And remember, welcome to the future. Welcome to Tech Motoring. We'll see you soon.